The next day was crazy like no tomorrow. Isabella has woken up to the sound of people outside of her room. She wondered what all the commotion was about, so she got dressed and fed Rex before she left her room. Upon exiting her room, she saw a whole bunch of demons entering the hotel. Was this a dream, or was it reality? She walked towards the front of the hotel. Charlie along with Vaggie were at the front counter. "Charlie, what's going on?" Isabella asked. "Oh, hi, Izzy," Charlie replied. Upon returning her attention to her friend, "Glad you're up. Alastor's radio broadcasting has attracted attention here. And it is something. At least our project will be a success," Vaggie added. "But I still don't trust him." "He may not be as bad as people think he is," Isabella said to Vaggie. "I can take care of myself, even if he's our friend." "Right, alright, but Isabella, just be careful, okay?" Vaggie asked. "I just don't want you getting hurt or have him manipulate you in any way." "I understand that you worry about me, Vaggie, but I will show him who's boss if he tries anything," Isabella reassured her friend, just as Alastor entered the front desk. "Good morning, Isabella. I see that you're awake," Alastor greeted her. "I woke up to this. You attracted attention all from hell," Isabella replied. "I did radio broadcasting to do that, my dear. Ha ha! That's what brought everyone's attention. I have a feeling they're going to really like it here," Alastor said. "We should get some housekeepers, bartenders, and chefs," Charlie suggested. "Maybe job applications so that way we can make money for that." "That's a great idea," Isabella said. "So what's for breakfast?" As soon as Isabel said that, Alastor snapped his fingers and 4 breakfast burritos appeared on a plate. "There you go, my dear. Breakfast burritos," Alastor replied. "They have egg with cheese and beans, just the way you like them." "How do you know?" Isabella asked. "I know, my dear. I am just that smart," Alastor replied. "Are you like a mind reader?" Isabella asked again. "Maybe," Alastor said. Then he snapped his fingers to make a milkshake appear. "You're very smart, Alastor. This breakfast is just what I needed," Isabella replied as she munched on her breakfast. The Happy Hotel was going to be a success after all, thanks to Alastor's radio broadcasting system. Isabella did help the hotel staff around a bit. She even helped some demons who wanted a job get one at the hotel. Things were sure looking up and getting better. They sure did show Katie Killjoy that Charlie and her friends made the hotel a big success. As Isabella was in her bedroom, she sat on her couch as she was tired from her shift, which was about 5 hours. At least it was 1:30 p.m., and she wanted to relax and play video games. Isabella turned on her Xbox 360 and put a game in. She was starting to play Minecraft as she was getting started on loading a map. A knock was at a door. "Isabella, may I come in, my dear?" Alastor asked. Isabella got up and opened the door. Alastor was there, so Isabella was shy and quiet around him. "Sure you can. Is there something you need?" Isabella asked as she let Alastor in her room. The radio demon looked around and then at her. "Well, I just wanted to see how you were doing," Alastor replied. "What are you up to, my dear?" "I was about to play Minecraft on the Xbox 360. If you're free, you could play with me if you want," Isabella offered as she handed Alastor a controller. I've never had these in my day, my dear," Alastor said while examining the controller. "I can teach you how to play, Alastor. I've played video games in my time," Isabella replied. "Minecraft is pretty simple. It's a great game to start playing into video games." "I guess I could give this a shot. Just teach me the controls and we'll go from there," Alastor said. Isabella started to show Alastor what controllers do certain commands. Within a few minutes, Alastor was starting to get the idea of how the controls for Minecraft work. As soon as he got used to the controls, Isabella and Alastor started to play a map together. "We're going to build a house first, so first we're going to gather some wood," Isabella stated, as she and Alastor began to play Minecraft. They were having a fun time together. About an hour later, they got bored with playing video games and decided to watch a movie. They were watching Old Yeller, and they were at the part where Old Yeller gets rabies, and he was about to be put down. Isabella began to cry for Old Yeller as she was sad that he was infected with rabies. Alastor sensed that his friend was sad and hated to see anyone cry. Maybe he did cry once in his life, but he couldn't recall the last time he cried. "Oh, why the tears, my dear?" Alastor asked Isabella. The half-deer demon girl looked up at him. "I'm okay. I'm just sad. It's just sad watching Old Yeller's owners putting him down," Isabella replied. "I understand movies like to toy with our emotions, do they?" Alastor said as he grinned when he heard the growling in the room. "Well, what was that?" Isabella asked. Alastor got up to look for the source of the noise. "Not sure, my dear. Maybe it's from under the bed," Alastor suggested as he looked under the bed. He saw Rex chewing up a toy. Since Alastor was scared of dogs, he jumped on the bed like a scaredy cat. "Alastor, what's the matter?" Isabella asked, sensing that Alastor was scared of what he found under the bed. "There's a dog under the bed, and I'm scared of him," Alastor replied. Rex crawled out from under the bed, and he had his teddy bear in his mouth. Isabella petted her dog and looked at Alastor. "My dog won't hurt you, Alastor. He is very friendly," Isabella reassured him. "Well, keep that beast away from me," Alastor replied quickly. He was sure scared of dogs, but Isabella wondered why Rex wouldn't hurt anyone. He was very friendly. But Rex took his toy and went to his dog bed. Once he got there, Rex lay down on his bed. "Alastor, he's in bed right now," Isabella reassured the deer demon. Alastor then sat beside Isabella on her bed. "Why are you so scared of dogs?" "Well, my dear, let's just say I had a bad experience with them in my past life," Alastor replied. "Do you want to talk about it?" Isabella asked. "You don't have to if you don't want to." "Well, since you're my friend, I'll tell you. Before I became the radio demon, my death involved dogs," Alastor replied. "I was attacked by a few in my past life. That's why I'm scared of them." "I see. Well, Alastor, just so you know, that Rex will not hurt you," Isabella reassured him. "But one of these days you'll have to learn to get used to Rex," Isabella stated as she reached for her magic wand on her nightstand. Alastor has never seen a wand like that in his life before. "What's that?" Alastor asked. "It's a magic wand. I've had it ever since I turned 18, Isabella replied. "It was the last gift my parents gave me. It was one of the times they ever cared about me." Alastor looked at Isabella with a sad look. He could have imagined what she went through. "That is a great gift, my dear. What does it do?" Alastor asked. "It can make things appear, disappear, and do all kinds of magic," Isabella replied. "It can do dark magic and light magic as well. I've gotten used to it after a while. If you're hungry, Alastor, why don't we have some tacos?" Isabella said. As Isabella said tacos, she used her magic wand to have a plate of tacos appear on Alastor's lap. Stunned by her magic, Alastor began to munch down on the tacos as Isabella did the same. "Very delicious, my dear. What's in these tacos? I hope there's no hot sauce, as I am very sensitive to hot sauce," Alastor said. "There's ground beef, cheese, onions, lettuce, sour cream, and salsa," Isabella replied. Her deer tail began wagging with joy. Alastor didn't know that Isabella was a half-deer demon, but he wondered if she had a deer tail. "You're a great friend," Isabella set her plate aside as she hugged Alastor. He's never had a hug from anyone in a long time. "You are very huggy, you know that?" Alastor said as he didn't expect Isabella to hug him. "Yeah, I've always been this huggy since I was young," Isabella replied. Within a few seconds, Alastor patted Isabella's shoulder. This was his signal for Isabella to let him go, to which she did. "Next time, my dear Izzy, just warn me that you're going to hug me," Alastor replied. "This is not to offend you, but it's just I'm more prepared for the hugs. Just so I'm more prepared for that." "Okay, I'll do that," Isabella replied as they continued to eat their tacos. Isabella was really hungry, as if she hadn't eaten in a while. "You want to know a secret, Alastor? Well, you're my friend, and you're sure here with me." "Sure, you could say it," Alastor said as he smiled at Isabella. "I am a part deer. I have a deer tail," Isabella replied as she showed Alastor her deer tail. It was brown with pink on it. "My father was a demon and my mom was a deer, so I'm part of my mom and dad." "Very interesting, my dear. I have some stuff to do now. Thanks for dinner. You know we should hang out more often, Alastor said as he got up and opened the door from Isabella's bedroom. Sounds good, Alastor. See ya, Isabella replied as Alastor walked out of her room. Meanwhile, in the lobby, Angel Dust was with Vaggie and Charlie, and they were talking. Nifty was joining in the conversation with them, and they were talking about how great the hotel was. This is sure great. Alastor's broadcasting more attention. We're in business, Vaggie said. But I still don't trust him, not after the history behind him. Vaggie, I understand your point here, but we gotta give him a chance. Maybe he's not as bad as we thought, Charlie replied. I have been seeing Alastor talking to himself. I think it's about Izzy. What? Vaggie nearly screamed, coughing up her soda as it went down the wrong way. You can't be serious. Why is Alastor talking about Isabella? Vaggie demanded. Maybe he likes her, but it's an idea, Angel Dust suggested. I think they'd be great friends. Hey, hell, maybe even more than that. Are you crazy, Angel Dust? Vaggie demanded again. He might try to manipulate her into doing stuff. I'm just worried about her. I know you're worried about her, but we should give her this a chance, Charlie reassured her girlfriend. Then she motioned her friends to gather around her. We can matchmake them. I bet Alastor and Isabella would be really cute together. I like the idea, Nifty said. How are we gonna do that? Vaggie asked. I'm still not crazy about this whole idea. Who knows what that radio demon might do to Izzy? Angel Dust, will you be able to eavesdrop on what Alastor is saying in his room? Charlie asked. That I can do. I do want to squeeze his ass, though, Angel Dust said as as Vaggie gave him a death glare. Forget about that part. I will be able to eavesdrop on him. Nifty, can you make invitations? Charlie asked. We'll have them both be invited to a romantic place. Is that the seventh circle? Nifty replied, questioned. Charlie nodded the response. This is going to be very interesting. I sure hope Alastor and Izzy get together, Angel Dust said. Vaggie wasn't so sure if this was a good idea, but Charlie and the others think that it was a great idea, so Angel Dust headed off to Alastor's room. Once Angel Dust was in Alastor's room, his door was open a crack, and Angel Dust carefully listened to what Alastor was saying as the radio demon was talking to himself. Ah, Izzy, that dear demon girl. Even though she's half deer and half demon, there's something about her I like, Alastor said to himself. I just can't seem to figure out what it is. As Angel Dust heard what Alastor said, he knew that Alastor really liked Isabella. In fact, Alastor has even developed a crush on her. As soon as Angel Dust heard enough of what he's eavesdropped, he walked away. As soon as Angel Dust walked away and back out of the lobby, there where her friends were. So Angel Dust began to explain what was heard. Charlie was smiling at this. He does have a crush on her. I knew it, Charlie said with joy. I'm not sure about this. He might try to manipulate her, Vaggie said with hesitation. I think you need to give him a chance. Izzy could take care of herself, you know, Angel Dust replied. I'll slide these invitations under their doors while they're asleep, Nifty said. That way they'll wake up and see the envelopes in front of their doors. Sounds like a plan. I wonder how Izzy and Alastor will work out. Hopefully they'll be in a great relationship, Charlie said happily. When night fell in hell, everyone was asleep in their rooms. Nifty walked down to the hallway to Isabella's room. She slid the envelope underneath the door. Once she did that, she walked down towards Alastor's room. When she approached Alastor's room, she slid the envelope under his door without a problem. As Nifty headed back towards the lobby where her friends were. So everything went okay? Charlie asked. Yep, it went very well, Nifty replied. I hope she can win that deer, Angel Dust said before yawning. Then they all headed for bed. The next morning, Isabella woke up to see an envelope on the ground. She got out of bed and walked over towards it. Then she picked up the envelope and held it in her hands. What's this? She asked herself as she opened the envelope to see it was an invitation. An invitation to the seventh circle. This is awesome. I wonder who invited me. Isabella smiled at this, and then she started to get ready. In Alastor's bedroom, he woke up to see an envelope in front of his door. Once he opened the envelope, he read the invitation and was surprised that someone invited him to the seventh circle. But who invited him? As Isabella walked towards the lobby for her shift, Alastor was there too, so Isabella sneaked her way towards the radio demon so she could chat with him. "Good morning, Alastor. Did you get the envelope this morning?" Isabella asked. "I did, and I have no idea who invited me to the seventh circle." "I did as well, my dear, but I have no idea who invited us," Alastor replied. "Whoever invited us is generous, and looks like we're both going somewhere fancy." "Sounds good to me. We'll go there tonight," Isabella said. Before getting back to her shift, Nifty, along with Charlie and Angel Dust, knew that their plan was going to be a success.